Cod fishing is a technical process and requires strict adherence to regulations to protect fish stocks. Cod typically live in cold waters such as the North Atlantic or North Pacific, where the depth and temperature are suitable for their growth. Fishermen use a variety of methods, but the most common are bottom trawling and long line. Bottom trawling involves dropping a net to the bottom where the cod live, then dragging the net across a large area to collect the fish. Although highly effective, this method needs to be strictly controlled to avoid damaging the marine ecosystem. Long line is a more environmentally friendly method, using long lines with hundreds of baited hooks to attract the cod. In addition, fishing is also subject to regulated seasons to prevent overfishing and ensure the recovery of fish populations. Modern fishing vessels are equipped with navigation and radar systems to locate fish, reduce risks and increase fishing efficiency. Transporting and preserving fish immediately after catching is also important to maintain product quality, often through on-board refrigeration or quick freezing systems. Sustainable management measures and appropriate fishing techniques not only help maintain cod stocks, but also contribute to long-term protection of the marine environment. In addition to modern fishing techniques, pre-trip preparation also plays a very important role in ensuring the success of each cod fishing trip. Fishermen need to carefully check their equipment, especially GPS systems, sonar fish finders and communication devices to ensure safety and efficiency when working in the cold sea. In addition, bait must be carefully prepared, usually small fish or squid to attract cod. During the fishing process, fishermen need to coordinate smoothly, closely monitor the signal from the fish finder to adjust the net or fishing line at the right time and position. Avoiding wasting fuel and time. In particular, the classification of fish after catching must be done quickly, dividing the fish by size and quality to serve different purposes such as fresh consumption, freezing for export or food processing. Some countries also apply electronic monitoring systems on board to record the fishing process and ensure compliance with regulations on protecting marine resources. Cod fishing is not only a livelihood activity but also a profession that requires knowledge, skills, perseverance and awareness of protecting the marine environment. Because without scientific management and reasonable fishing, the cod resource can be depleted, seriously affecting the livelihoods of thousands of fishermen as well as the ocean ecosystem. Therefore, combining effective exploitation and protection of aquatic resources is extremely urgent in current cod fishing activities. Many countries have invested in scientific research programs to monitor fluctuations in cod numbers, thereby introducing reasonable adjustment measures such as seasonal limits, regulations on minimum size allowed for fishing or applying strict quotas for each fishing vessel. At the same time, the fishing community is increasingly raising awareness of sustainable fishing, actively participating in models of cooperation in managing common resources with the government and marine conservation organizations. In addition, Consumers also play an important role in choosing cod products with sustainable certification such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, thereby contributing to encouraging fishermen and businesses to carry out responsible fishing. Cod fishing is not only an economic activity but also reflects the relationship between humans and nature, between the need for development and the responsibility to protect the environment. Only with close coordination between stakeholders can cod fishing be sustained in the long term, bringing practical benefits to both present and future generations. In addition to technical and policy factors, natural conditions also have a profound impact on the cod fishing process. This fish species often lives in cold waters, with an average depth of 200 to 600 meters, concentrated in areas near the Arctic such as Norway, Canada, Russia, Iceland and Alaska. Winter is the most favorable time to catch cod because they migrate to shallower waters to spawn, creating conditions for fishermen to access more easily. However, harsh weather conditions such as snowstorms, strong winds or ice can threaten the safety of both people and equipment. Therefore, each trip is carefully planned, with backup plans, ensuring that contact with the mainland is always maintained to respond promptly to emergency situations. In addition, global climate change in recent years has also changed the habitat of cod, causing them to move further, deeper, and more difficult to track, significantly affecting the efficiency of exploitation. This requires the fishing industry to constantly innovate technology, improve fishing methods, and have flexible management strategies to adapt to unpredictable fluctuations of nature. Therefore, cod fishing is not only hard work but also a race against weather, technology, and global challenges, where only those who truly understand the ocean, have experience, and a resilient spirit can survive and develop long-term in the context of modernization and globalization. Cod products not only serve domestic consumption needs but also become high-value export items, contributing significantly to the marine economy of many countries. Cod meat is white, fragrant, has few bones, is rich in protein and omega-3, and is very popular in major markets such as Europe, North America and Asia. Thanks to that, the cod fishing industry has opened up job opportunities for thousands of coastal workers, while promoting the development of supporting industries such as processing, cold transport, packaging and seafood export. At major seaports, cod after being caught is immediately put into a strict preliminary processing and preservation process to ensure product quality meets international standards. Processing plants are often located near the fishing area to shorten transportation time, maintain freshness and increase economic value. However, along with economic benefits comes considerable pressure in managing and controlling resources, avoiding overexploitation or illegal fishing. Therefore, Building a sustainable, transparent and responsible cod supply chain is becoming a top priority for both governments and businesses in the industry. From the fishing process at sea to when the fish is sold on supermarket shelves, each stage requires high supervision and commitment to both ensure economic benefits and preserve valuable resources for future generations. From the above information, it can be seen that cod fishing is an activity that requires close coordination between techniques, experience, management policies and environmental protection awareness. Not simply a long-standing traditional profession associated with the lives of fishermen in cold seas. Cod fishing also reflects the complex relationship between humans and nature in a modern context. To ensure sustainable development, it is necessary to have the cooperation of many parties, from the state, businesses, fishermen to consumers, in managing marine resources responsibly, applying modern technology and respecting the laws of nature. Only then can cod resources continue to feed millions of people, contributing to socio-economic development, while maintaining the ecological balance of the vast blue ocean. Moreover, preserving and developing the cod fishing industry also has profound cultural and historical values. For generations, coastal fishing communities have passed on to each other their experiences at sea, the art of weather observation, fishing techniques and even life stories associated with cod, a symbolic fish of cold countries. In the current context, when science and technology are increasingly developing, the harmonious combination of modern knowledge and folk traditions not only helps to improve exploitation efficiency but also preserves the unique identity of the marine industry. Many countries have recognized the importance of preserving indigenous knowledge and fishermen's culture as an integral part of their sustainable fisheries development strategies. This shows that cod fishing is not simply an economic activity but also a part of the identity of the icy lands, where people have steadfastly conquered nature, bonded with the sea and nurtured a vibrant culture through each generation. This is the reason why the protection and sustainable development of cod resources must be viewed not only from an ecological or economic perspective, but also from a cultural and humanistic perspective in the future. When global challenges such as climate change, marine pollution and population pressure are increasing, the cod fishing industry will face many opportunities as well as difficulties. The development of artificial intelligence technology, automatic fishing robots, satellite monitoring systems and big data promises to open a new era for the fisheries industry. Helping to predict more accurately the movement of fish schools, the time of spawning, as well as manage resources more intelligently and effectively. However, technology is only a tool. The most important thing is still human awareness in using and managing resources sustainably. Any exploitation without control and long-term vision can lead to resource depletion, ecological imbalance and the loss of cultural values that have been cultivated for hundreds of years. The future of cod fishing therefore lies not only in how many fish are caught, but also in how people can live in harmony with the sea. maintaining a balance between development and conservation, between immediate benefits and responsibility to future generations. Only then will the sea continue to be an abundant source of life. And cod, the iconic fish of the cold seas, will remain on the ships at sea and in the warm meals of millions of families around the world. Therefore, every decision related to cod fishing today is no longer the sole business of fishermen or countries, but a shared global responsibility to protect the ocean, the vital ecosystem of the planet. The development of international agreements, data sharing and coordinated control of cross-border fishing activities are increasingly necessary to ensure that cod is not wiped out by greed or carelessness. At the same time, educating the community, especially the younger generation, about the value of marine resources and the importance of sustainable development is also an indispensable part. When every consumer can understand that choosing a legally caught, environmentally friendly product is contributing to protecting the ocean, then conservation awareness will not only exist in policy documents but will become concrete actions in daily life. Cod fishing, a seemingly simple and ordinary profession, therefore carries many layers of meaning. A place where tradition and modernity, economy and ecology, humans and nature converge. And only when we all look at the sea with respect and responsibility will the cod continue to swim in the cold depths, as an indispensable part of the ocean and of the future of humanity itself. From all that has been presented, it can be affirmed that cod fishing is not simply a normal fishing activity, but also a symbol of the intimate, complex and challenging relationship between humans and nature. This is an industry that requires resilience, creativity and a deep sense of responsibility for marine resources. In the constant flow of time and change of the world, the cod fishing industry must also constantly evolve, adapting to new technology, international standards and the increasing demands of the global community. Despite many difficulties, with cooperation, consensus and efforts from all sides, from fishermen, managers to consumers, we can completely believe in a future where cod still breeds in cold water. Ships still set sail every season and the sound of the waves still echoes like an endless song of life, hope and sustainability. This is not only the goal of an industry, but also the common aspiration of all humanity in the journey of preserving and developing in harmony with nature. Achieving this goal requires not only efforts in management, monitoring and technology development, but also changes in the awareness of each individual, community and country. Promoting conservation initiatives, applying sustainable fishing methods and promoting certified environmentally friendly products will help protect marine resources while maintaining the inherent cultural and ecological values of the cod fishery. Every small action, from choosing food with clear origins to participating in environmental protection programs, contributes to creating a chain of positive changes. In addition, raising awareness and educating the community, especially the younger generation, about the importance of protecting the ocean will help create a sustainable future for the seafood industry and related industries. Each consumer can play an important role in driving this change, as they are the ones who decide on product choices and form responsible consumption habits. With all these factors, the future of cod fishing will not only be guaranteed by technology or management policies but also by the awareness and actions of each individual in the community. A bright and sustainable future for cod and other seafood will only become a reality when everyone works together to protect and develop marine resources in a scientific, reasonable and responsible manner. Therefore, the development of cod fishing in the future is not only a matter of the fisheries industry but also part of a global sustainable development strategy. Initiatives to protect marine resources, such as the application of conservation models, the construction of marine reserves or strictly managed fishing areas, need to be promoted. At the same time, research and development of alternative solutions such as cod farming in artificial environments, although still in the experimental stage, could become part of the solution to reduce pressure on wild fishing. In addition, initiatives such as marine environmental protection, pollution reduction, and marine ecosystem restoration are gradually receiving attention and investment from international organizations, governments and communities. This creates opportunities for the aquaculture industry to develop while protecting biodiversity in the ocean. The future of cod fishing will be a blend of modern technology, wise resource conservation and community awareness in protecting an important resource. In this way, cod will continue to be an indispensable part of the culture and economy of many countries, contributing to the survival of fishing communities, while also helping to preserve the precious ecological values of the ocean. Cod fishing will not only be a livelihood, but also a symbol of sustainable development and global responsibility towards nature to ensure the sustainable development of the cod fishery. Countries and international organizations need to have strong commitments and concrete actions. Measures such as applying strict regulations on fishing quotas, controlling product quality and origin, along with implementing measures to protect fishery resources.